Uh, Call the first meeting in 2024 together here and salute the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Did I ask, already said one more minute, just moment of silence. One of our former councilmen died recently, Mel Brown, Burbank. He served the town well. It's just, you have a moment of silence in memory. All right, thank you.
Okay, do we have minutes? Okay. My report here is going to be short and sweet. Want to first of all thank the residents who've shown their confidence in me to lead the town forward here, and those who felt differently, I'm going to do my best to change your mind here over the next 2 years. Property tax bills will be going out this week, and if you don't see them by the end of next week, you probably want to give a call and check and see where things are. We have a upcoming snowstorm forecast this weekend. Our highway department's been getting the trucks ready, and they're ready to address it as it happens. But, that's the extent of my report. Councilman Derlin?
I don't really have a whole lot to report on. I wish everybody a happy new year and looking forward to this year.
Councilman Derlin? McGivney, sorry.
Just like to welcome our supervisor, Steve Frazier. I'm looking forward to a very productive year. That's all I have.
John?
Okay, I'd like to welcome Steve. Good luck in your new term here, 2-year term, and all goes well. Also like to welcome Pat Bartolome, the board member to the board, and hoping we're all going to do well together and keep moving Univale ahead.
Councilman Carlin?
Good evening. I just want to introduce myself to everybody. I know my name's Pat Bartolome. Last month, but I look forward to 2024 being a good year for the town.
I'd like to make one amendment to the agenda here. I neglected to put the public comment on agenda items in. To move to add that to the agenda. Motion.
It's on number 5 on mine. In bottom.
That's the public comment, general
Oh.
town issues.
Okay.
This is public comment on agenda items usually.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, then a motion to accept the amended agenda, please.
Aye.
I need a motion in a second.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, very good. How do you guys want to handle this? You want to read each resolution? Or no, we got to, let's move and put the public comment in there. Anyone wish to speak on agenda items? Okay. So, number A here is, or we'll move on to 24-1. Right.
Are we skipping the consent agenda?
Yeah, the consent agenda, yeah. Right, let's do the consent agenda. I missed that first. You want to read the first page, John?
Yeah.
Pat, pick up the second page.
Okay. All right, Town of Unionville Town Board, 1 to 19 authorizations, policies and procedures for 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Unionville does hereby approve all of the following. Number 1, the frequency of compensation will be bi-weekly as determined by the 2019 town board vote for all employees. Temporary workers or volunteers receiving stipends will be paid at fiscal year end or as agreed upon. 2, official meetings shall follow modified Robert's Rules of Order as has been determined by previous town board and has been the custom for many years in the town of Unionville. 3, the rules of the procedures for official meetings shall include the following. All comments and questions shall be addressed only by the town board. Public comments on agenda items will take place prior to the consideration of any resolution. Public comments are included on the agenda. Public comments on general town issues will take place prior to the close of the meeting, if included on the agenda. Speakers addressing the board are given 3 minutes to speak in order to permit the meeting to stay on schedule and to be fair to all those who wish to speak. Speakers cannot cede their time to another speaker. Given that the regular town board meetings are legislative sessions and not public hearings or question and answer sessions, residents who want to engage in lengthy conversations are encouraged to call or request meetings at town hall to inquire about or discuss important topics at length. 4, all purchases are required to be made in compliance with the town procurement policy and all applicable laws. 5, any bills will be submitted on town vouchers for payment. 6, vouchers are due to the town clerk's office by all departments within the same week they are received by any vendor. 7, mileage reimbursement for town officials and designated employees driving their own cars while on official town business will be set at the IRS rate per mile or 67 cents for 2024. 8, petty cash shall be distributed as follows, if needed. Tax collector, $100, town clerk, $200, park manager, $200, building department, $100, recycling center, $100, and highway superintendent, $100.
All right, 9, the rental of 2 Time War Park and 11 Time War Park Road shall be a market value as negotiated with periodic increases. 10, the official polling site for the election district 1 and 2 is the Unionville Firehouse Station number 1, 3373, Route 82 in Burbank. 11, the highway superintendent will submit a proposed annual 284 contract to the town board, complete with distances, locations, and estimated pricing for review and approval, along with an opinion about the state of the town's culverts in Q1 of 2024. 12, active members of the Unionville Fire Company may be covered by the town's health insurance at their discretion and expense as per New York State law. 13, active members of the Unionville Fire Company may purchase seasonal pool passes or annual cycling permits for $1 in recognition of and appreciation for their service to the town. 14, additional insurance coverage or benefits through AFLAC, New York State Retirement, and New York State Deferred Compensation are available upon request. 15, the town of Unionville will follow New York State and town of Unionville FOIL laws and will respond to FOIL requests within 20 business days, except in situations where the amount of information requested would make the 20-day turnaround impractical. The town will acknowledge all requests within 5 business days as required by law. There will be a 25-cent fee per page for all documents size 8.5 by 11 requested and a $5 fee for any CDs requested to copy voluminous information. In addition, requests for voluminous information that require more than 2 hours to search, assemble, scan, print, or email will be charged an hourly rate of $35. 16, the town of Unionville Town Board will hold a public hearing for general budget comments in August and for comments on the tentative budget in September prior to official town board meetings. A third public hearing will be held on a preliminary budget prior to the October official town board meeting, and a fourth hearing will be held prior to or during the November official town board meeting, after which the 2024 budget 2024 budget will be finalized by November 20th, 2024. Everybody 2025 budget?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2025 budget.
Oh, yep, you're
Yep.
correct. Yep.
2025 budget will be finalized by November 20th, 2024. Any budget changes made to the preliminary budget must be announced at the final public hearing before the final budget is voted on to become the adopted budget.
17, the town board will annually review and revise, if necessary, the following documents. Q1 of the new year consistent with the New York State Comptroller's guidelines and all applicable laws. Town financial control policies and processes policy, credit card use policies and procedures, town procurement policy and procurement, explanation form, information systems usage and security policy, includes the internet policy, cybersecurity citizens notification policy, employee handbook, town escrow policy, town master fee schedule, financial processes for tax collector and town clerk, cash handling procedures for the recreation department. Number 18. Whereas town law requires the town board to audit the supervisor's financial records before January 20th of each year, and whereas prior year financial records and reports are not usually available before January 20th, therefore it is the policy of the town of the Unionville Town Board that the Unionville Town Board will review and audit or have reviewed and audited by an outside auditor the books and records of the town supervisor, town clerk, tax collector, justice court, and the building department prior to the end of May each year. 19, subject to the schedule set forth below, town board business meetings will take place on the first and third Wednesday of each month at 7:30 PM in the meeting room of Town Hall, 249 Duncan Road, LaGrangeville, New York, 12540. And special meetings will be scheduled and advertised by posting the announcement on the front page of the town website, www.unionvale.newyork.us. And the front bulletin board near the entrance to the town hall with notification to the press as required by law. 2024 meeting dates are listed.
Want to interrupt for 1 minute there. It was brought to my attention that we have a meeting scheduled on a federal and state holiday, June 19th. That would be a Wednesday. Would you guys prefer to meet on either Tuesday or Thursday of that week?
Either
Or
day was
or
fine.
go with the 19th that
Yeah, I'm fine.
Be consistent with the 19th.
okay.
2024 town board meeting dates are January 3rd, January 17th, February 7th, February 21st, March 6th, March 20th, April 3rd, April 17th, May 1st, May 15th, June 5th, June 19th, July 3rd, July 17th, August 7th, August 21st, September 4th, September 18th, October 2nd, October 16th, November 6th, November 20th, December 4th, and December 18th.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. resolution 24-1 is to approve town hall hours. Be it resolved that the regular hours for the town clerk's office in the town of Unionville for the year 2024 are from 9:30 AM to 4 PM, Monday through Thursday, year round, and Saturdays from 9 AM to 12 PM, January through the end of March. Additional hours available by appointment. Be it further resolved that the offices of town of Unionville should have hours as follows unless posted differently due to unforeseen circumstances. The building, planning and zoning offices from 8:30 AM to 4 PM, Monday through Thursday, and Fridays by appointment. The town supervisor, finance and HR offices will be Monday through Thursday from 9 AM to 5 PM and Fridays by appointment. The tax collector's office will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays from 9 AM to 2 PM and 9 AM to noon on Saturdays through the end of March. Tax assessor's office will have regular hours from 9 AM to 1:30 PM, Monday through Thursday, and by appointment. Parks and Recreation Facilities Rentals Office located at 8 Time Moore Road is open from 9 AM to 1 PM, Monday through Friday, except in June, July, and August, when the office is open until 4 PM. The highway garage located at 844 North Clove Road does not have regular hours, but is accessible 24/7 for emergencies at 845-629-6519 or daily by email. Ed Kading Highway at Unionville, New York, US. Recycling Center located at 2006 Route 55 will have hours from 8 AM to 1 PM on Wednesdays and 8 AM to 4 PM on Saturdays and Sundays. And I'll make the motion to.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Discussion on
Yes,
this?
go ahead.
Just a question. You said the tax collector, did you say, the Saturdays were only through March?
Correct.
Okay, that's not on my resolution. It's.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not right.
Well, that was mentioned above as well. Yeah, it was mentioned above in there.
Oh, up top.
Yeah, with the Saturday hours.
Okay, for March, okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, Town of Unionville Town Board Resolution number 2 of 2024. 24-2, set the holiday schedule for 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Unionville does hereby establish the following holiday schedule to be observed by the Town of Unionville personnel for the year 2024. 1, New Year's Day, Monday, January 1st. 2, Martin Luther King Jr., Monday, January 15th. President's Day, Monday, February 19th. Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. Independence Day, Thursday, July 4th. Labor Day, Monday, September 2nd. Columbus Day, Monday, October 14th. Veterans Day, Monday, November 11th. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 28th. Day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 29th, and Christmas Day, Wednesday, December 25th.
Any discussion? Motion to move or to approve?
I'll
Second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, 24 of 2023, establishing undertakings to be furnished by the officers and employees of the town of Unionville. Whereas officers and employees of the town of Unionville are required to file an official undertaking to the effect that he or she will faithfully discharge duties of his or her office and properly account for and pay over all monies or property received by him or her as such official officer in accordance with the law or in default thereof. Or the parties executing such undertaking will protect the town. Now therefore be resolved that all the official bonds and undertakings by the officers, clerks, or employees of the town of Unionville may be in form of a blanket undertaking for any duty authorized corporate surety company, and said undertaking shall indemnify the town of Unionville against the loss of the type more particularly set forth in Article 2, Section 11 of the Public Officers Law. And such undertaking will pay all damages, costs, and expenses resulting from such default, not excluding a sum, if any, specified in such undertaking. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Unionville does hereby authorize the town supervisor to purchase blanket insurance coverage from the New York State Municipal Insurance Reciprocal in the amount of $1 million to indemnify the town of Unionville against such default.
Any discussion?
Discussion.
Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I'll read this next one. Pertains to me. Acknowledgement, appointment of deputy supervisor and bookkeeper. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Unionville pursuant to section 42 of the town law does hereby continue the positions of deputy supervisor and bookkeeper, which position shall be filled by appointment of the town supervisor. Be it further resolved that Steve Frazier, supervisor of Town of Union, does hereby appoint and designate Kevin Harrington to serve as deputy supervisor and Danielle Carney to serve as bookkeeper for the year 2024, both to be compensated at a rate consistent with the salary established within the approved Town of Unionville 2024 budget. Any discussion?
I have a couple of questions. I'm not sure if you saw the email I received
I
from
did.
one of the,
I responded to it as well.
so just one of the couple of questions I had in regards to this is, what are the hours going to be for a deputy supervisor? Are there hours for that?
There are not. The deputy supervisor position was created to fill in for me in the whenever I happen to be absent, if that happens, it occurs. There are no set hours for it. Okay, have a motion to move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 5 of 2024. 24-5, the acknowledgement of appointment of deputy town clerk. Whereas the town clerk is authorized to appoint a first deputy town clerk to perform duties and responsibilities as assigned by the town clerk. Whereas Andrea Casey, Town Clerk, has appointed Emily Cole as Deputy Town Clerk of the Town of Unionville for 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board acknowledges the appointment of Emily Cole as Deputy Clerk of the Town of Unionville for 2024.
Motion to carry or to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approved. Thank you.
Resolution 24-6 authorizing the town clerk to accept recycling center fees for 2024. Whereas the town of Unionville operates a recycling center on Route 55 and encourages both town residents and neighboring non-residents to utilize this facility. And now for it be resolved that the town of Unionville does hereby authorize the town clerk to issue recycling permits and garbage/trash bag tickets consistent with the established financial processes approved by the town board for the year 2024.
Any discussion? Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I'd like to make an amendment to resolution 7 here. Under the designations of legal services, I would like to leave that blank vacant until we can have an interview. I realize some of the board members haven't met the firm that I'm suggesting here, and I'd like to schedule an interview with board members to get to meet them before we vote on that portion of it.
Okay.
So I'd like to leave, just eliminate that section from this amendment for this resolution.
I mean, there's a few, so we'll try to.
Whoops. Sorry.
Do you want to discuss all of these things? Like, there's a bunch of things that we probably should just look at before we even read through.
Well, I'd like to address the amendment I suggested first.
Okay.
Motion to amend to carry that amendment, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second.
and all in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't see why it would hurt to discuss it prior to reading.
I mean, there's just a couple things. The constables, we have that Thomas Brownell. Back from.
Right.
Millbrook, should be added. We should probably add him.
Well, I need to, I don't know that he should be on the list of our constables. Because he's contracted from Millbrook.
Do you want to designate Jimmy Miller as a substitute or just leave him as a constable?
At this point, this is a constable list. I don't want to differentiate between that, that can get sorted out.
I realize that, but I think we should designate Jimmy Miller as a substitute constable. Because he is in fact has a title as a highway motor vehicle operator. And civil service only allows you to have one title in a town government. So to be consistent with the law, we would have to say he's a substitute constable. That's my recommendation.
Now, the attorney's here. Do we have an opinion from the attorney on that?
I don't know the answer to that, but I don't see any harm in designating him as a substitute constable.
Okay.
And then if we're doing that, I mean, we could add the other gentleman as a substitute as well, since we're gonna have substitutes.
For some reason, I'm not seeing. Oh, there they are.
So we can have 2 substitutes. I think that helps, especially for large events like the Moon Fest and stuff where we need to call substitute constables, Oktoberfest. You know, if we have the 2 substitute constables, we can call them in for those events.
Oh, would have a motion to make those 2 modifications here?
I'll make that motion to make, add substitute constables for James Miller and James Brownell.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
The next thing I see is under engineering.
Yes.
We have Pete Sotero still listed. He retired.
Oh, he did retire? Okay.
So we
That'd be
really-
Tim moved then, I suppose.
Uh,
Do we need 2 engineers?
but that,
Do we need 2 engineers?
no. Well,
Well-
Tom used to work for CPL. What is CPL now?
Right.
And we kept Pizza Terra on just as a consultant after he left CPL. But Tom is.
Yeah,
our
Tom
engineer.
has
Tom's our
been
engineer.
doing the majority of the work here. I
Yeah.
think CPL was brought in when additional resources.
Yeah, if we,
Sometimes you need extra, yeah.
Right,
but that's where Tom did come from
right.
initially.
So are we gonna leave CPL on, but just with no dean?
No,
No,
I think you just
completely
leave it
remove
as it is.
CPL and just leave for any engineer with Tom Harvey.
I think if we felt like we needed an outside opinion.
Well, I have no problem working with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I've worked with him a lot in the past.
Yeah.
I also worked with CPL and they had been on the list here previously, so
Yeah.
that's why I carried it over. I do believe that CPL has some resources. that
Yeah.
Unifor doesn't. And that would just allow me to make a phone call if I need to, rather than coming back.
Just
here.
leave PR.
Anything else?
Ted Eglett has been the auditor for a number of
Right,
years.
I want to look into that before committing to something.
Okay.
I'd like to look into that
Okay.
more so. I haven't been able to. We'll revisit that
Okay,
going forward.
and then IT, I know we spoke about that briefly,
Right.
but I think we'll have to ask Jeff, but I think we have to put that out to bid.
Yeah, we gotta do that with an RFP.
I had been told that didn't have to go to RFP. But, I mean, if it's necessary, that's what I do, but we need to get something done in here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And, from what I understand, the existing company's not been responsive. There's some problems here.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
need to be
disputing that
addressed.
one way or the other, I'm just saying.
Jeff, do you have an opinion on that?
You're not prohibited from interviewing firms if you want to. Personal services, professional services, excuse me, you don't have to have competitive bidding for. So for instance, attorneys and engineers, you can appoint someone without competitive bidding. Whether an IT company is a professional service in that category, I don't know the answer. to that.
Only when they're writing software for you.
Okay.
If they're not writing software for you, then they're a vendor and you really need an RFP to procure one.
I mean, I think it only makes sense, especially to have some sort of game plan about what they're doing. You know, do we have, a baseline of what logically is current doing compared to what Roberts IT is doing? And are the prices the same? Are they in the, is Roberts IT more money than logically? Is it gonna have a budget?
Well, it's been the consensus that logically was not serving us in a satisfactory factory capacity. That was a consensus among all of you that I spoke with.
Yeah.
So I have worked with Roberts extensively. And during that time, there's been absolutely no breach in security of the system that I use. And he is very responsive to any complaints. He's local, lives in town LaGrange. He's hands-on. It's not, we're dealing with him and not somebody on the end of the phone.
Yeah, and our procurement policy does give favor to companies that are either in the town of Unionville or in the county of Dutchess versus further away custom clients.
Yeah, and I think nobody's saying that it's not the company. It's just-
Right.
We're just trying to make sure that we're following the right
Follow procedure.
Well,
procedure.
I had been said, and had been informed that it was a proper thing to do, this without the RFP. I don't know, where did you get your information from? What you said?
I looked it up on the state guidelines.
No, I mean, if you want to put it out to RFP, that's gonna delay it for a while.
Not even that it needs to go to RFP, but that we can confirm that it doesn't require an RFP.
Well, if that's the case, then yeah, my understanding was, unless they're rewriting software, it has to go for an RFP because you have to go through the bidding process.
I've been told that this was considered professional service.
I mean, I think, I mean, if you In the meantime, want to try to reach out to logically, see if we can get fixed what needs to be fixed, and then we can get an opinion. I'm sure Jeff would have no problem researching it for us in regards to whether we have to go to RFP or not, and then we can from there make a decision if we put out an RFP or what we
Okay,
need to do.
makes sense. Logical path, yeah.
I think you're meeting again in 2 weeks anyway, right? So you can defer this until
Right.
then. and get
I'm not
this
sure I'll be able
information.
to have all the, bids back by the time, but we'll do the best. we can.
Well, maybe we won't have to.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out that we don't need to, and we could just
Yeah.
appoint Roberts IT.
All
I
right,
mean, the one thing I'm interested in is knowing is that making sure that we're comparing apples to apples.
true.
You know,
yeah.
and especially if we don't have to go competitive bid, that Roberts IT isn't gonna be a lot more expensive than logically, and we're gonna have a budget problem at the end of the year.
Yeah,
Well, regardless, the technology place hasn't been serving us to our needs. And, you know, it needs, I'm not saying that Roberts is more expensive. I'm gonna, predict that he's less. But, you know, even if it is more expensive, you get what you pay for when you're hiring professional services.
that's true, yeah.
No doubt, we should pick
Right.
best value anyway.
Exactly.
So
So
we
let's,
can certainly do
Yeah, we
that,
do have
but
best value in our, purchasing policy.
Yeah, so I think it's just.
I'll put out an RFP tomorrow and, I'll put, you know, must be respond within a week.
All right,
it doesn't matter if Jeff didn't find out. That's something you can. Or is it gonna be open to interpretation?
It might be open to interpretation. I probably would call the Association of Towns first and just see if they had an opinion off the top of their head, so to speak. So I can do that tomorrow if you'd like.
And do we know if they have like price sheets for general things that they do, the two IT companies?
I think it's an hourly rate.
Okay.
And then, you know, basically where I work, we purchase the equipment needed. And I shop for the best pricing on that stuff. He'll tell me what the unit is that we need to get. And then I'll shop for the best price that I can find, get all the materials, and then he comes in and installs it. And I believe it's all at an hourly rate.
all right.
Kevin, do you have-
How do we want to do this? You want to take it off and do an RFP? Do you want to,
Well, why don't we just take it off?
approve
and
it
then-
tentatively that it is not required, or?
I mean, in my opinion, I think we need to take it off and wait till we get the opinion on what we
Yeah.
can and can't do.
That would be the safest bet.
Okay, so if we take it off and the attorney says that it is okay, we put it back on and without needing to come back and reapprove.
I mean, like I said, I'd be interested in making sure the rates are comparative. You know, if logically is, you know, $100 an hour and Roberts IT is $250 an hour, I think I might have a
Well, I
problem
can
with
tell
that.
you that's not gonna be the issue.
Yeah, and I have no issue with it whatsoever, as long as it makes sense and the rates are close. I don't think it'd be a problem whatsoever. But I think that we need to have that information to be able to vote on it.
I mean, we're doing the same thing with legal too, right? So pick it up. at the
Yeah,
next
the
meeting.
same category,
Yeah, and auditing.
to be addressed later.
And actually, while we're speaking about that, with legal, do we need, if we're leaving this blank, does that mean we don't have a lawyer, or does that mean?
No.
Jeff is gonna continue?
Jeff will continue in the interim.
All right,
And, you know, part of that would be that Jeff would continue with the, open cases that he's working on.
yeah. So there's consistency.
Right.
Perfect.
All right, you want me to read the 24-7 on the town board?
The only thing we gotta change to
Oh.
is on the,
1 second. Go ahead.
on the insurance, our insurance broker, that Syed Ali, it's
He's not there anymore.
not there anymore. It's Nicholas Falsonetti. Falcinetti.
All right, so I need a motion then to amend the, resolution as we discussed.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so now we can read the amendment. I'll call the-
Capital plan.
Oh, I think actually it is Kevin McGinty's turn. He did it last, I think, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, resolution 7 of 2024. That's the one we're on, right?
Yep.
24-7 Town Board, official appointment and designations for the year 2024. And now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Unionville does hereby make or affirm the following appointments and designations for the year 2024. Appointments Assessor Eric Axelson, Deputy Assessor Michelle Suter, Budget Officer Steve Frazier, Building Inspector, Code Enforcement, Fire, Zoning Administrator, Stormwater, or MS4 Coordinator George Pohl, Constable in Charge George Treadwell. Constables will be Robert Casey, Robert Augusto, Jack Harrington. Substitutes will be Jim Miller and Thomas Brownell.
James Brown.
Jason Brownell?
James Brown.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
Animal Control Officer will be Mary Jane Calvi. Justice Court Clerk Zarin Khan. Municipal Park Manager to be determined. Register of Vital Statistics Andrea Casey. Recreation Director Margaret Collins. Town Historian Fran Wallen. Designations legal to be determined. Vanderwater and Vanderwater LLP. James Nelson, Land Use Attorney. Engineering, we're keeping CPL, right?
Right, it's to be on there.
As an alternate.
Rena Engineering and Design, Tom Harvey, Auditing to be determined, and IT to be determined.
I'll read this. Insurance brokers, general liability, fire and workers' compensation, Spain agency, Brian Miles, and I didn't.
Nicholas Olsonetti.
Okay. Healthcare insurance, bond benefits consulting, Justin Chantra. Insurance companies, NYMER for general fire and liability, Comp Alliance for workers' compensation, MVP, CDPHP for health insurance. Official depositories, Bank of Millbrook and M&T Bank. Tompkins Town Justice Depositories, Tompkins Mahopac National Bank, Salisbury Bank. Official town newspapers, Northern Dutchess News, town website, www.unionville.newyork.us. Official alternate newspapers, Poughkeepsie Journal. I want to go back here to the municipal park manager. The reason I left that blank, I need to look at what the job duties are now. They've been modified pretty extensively, and I need to make sure or figure out what job titles actually fit that spot there.
I agree.
So we'll return to that as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And one other note, well, we'll finish this and then I'll do a follow-up here. Motion to approve.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we would like to make the property tax deposits at M&T Bank rather than the Bank of Milton. I don't know, we already have accounts there, and so I would need to open an account for those deposits. It's more convenient for the tax collector to go there than in
Sure.
Millbrook.
All in Millbrook, yeah.
Right, it's right down the street from her office. So, I don't know, do I need to do a resolution for that, Jeff, or is that just an extension of?
No, I think they're both official depositories. You've
Okay.
already indicated that.
Very good. Okay, Brett, I guess I read the last question.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do resolution number 8.
Sure.
Okay, Town of Unionville Town Board Resolution number 8 of 2024, 24-8, appointing and reaffirming members and chairpersons to boards, committees, commissions, and councils. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Unionville is empowered to appoint residents to certain boards, commissions, committees, councils, and whereas the Town Board of the Town of Unionville is empowered to appoint members of boards, commissions, committees, and councils as chairpersons. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Unionville appointed to be determined previously to a 7-year term as the planning board expiring December 31st, 20 ? And as to be determined as chairperson of the planning board for the year 2024. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Unionville previously appointed Ms. Jane Simpkin Smith to a 5-year term on the zoning board of appeals expiring on December 31st, 2024. It does hereby appoint Ms. Smith as chairperson of the zoning board of appeals for the year 2024. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Unionville does hereby reappoint Ms. Alana Nielsen as member of the zoning board of appeals to fill the term expiring December 31st, 2027. And be it further resolved that the town board of Unionville does hereby appoint Climate Smart Community Coordinator Josh Redinger as chair of the Conservation Advisory Council. And be it further resolved that the town board of Unionville does hereby reappoint Mr. Rob Casey as member of the Board of Assessment Review to fill a new 5-year term expiring on September 30th, 2027. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Unionville does hereby appoint or reaffirm the following commissions, council, and boards. All appointments are at the pleasure of the board unless otherwise noted or governed by applicable law.
We have discussion.
Yeah, I think we need to discuss this because, I mean, I'll start. First of all, I was going through the planning board appointments. So Kay Sagavani should be up for reappointment,
Absolutely.
because her term it ended this year.
Right.
So on the agenda, it says 2028, so she should be.
Well,
appointed.
will be the next expiration date.
No, it's 7-year term, so 2024, it'd be to 2030. 7-year terms.
Yeah, two
Yeah,
more
planning
years.
board 7-year terms.
Okay, I thought they were 5-year terms.
Yeah, and then Larry Knapp is currently on the planning board and his term expires 2028. He's one of the
Yeah, that wasn't, I didn't have the full list of people in here. Okay, so that has already been,
Yeah, because he was filled in after the last org meeting,
okay.
so that's why he wasn't on.
The name again, please?
Larry Knapp, Knapp. Which leaves us one open
Right.
seat on the planning board.
Right.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the only reason why I'm concerned about this is because Mike Mastachetti and Scott Kinnery are away for the winter always. So it's gonna leave us with only 4 members on the board, which has gotta be a problem in case anybody has to be out.
Yeah, especially with,
Right, well, I don't intend to leave that vacant. I would like to do some interviewing before we make an appointment to that position. I understand we have some good people in line that are interested in doing that. But I do feel that we should conduct interviews prior to making that appointment.
Yeah, so I mean, Josh Redinger was one of the people that
Right.
applied. And Josh Redinger just did a great report for the planning board from the CAC in regards to the Bonavini application.
Right.
So being that I was chairman of the planning board and I've worked with Josh on the CAC, I would definitely recommend Josh to be.
And I can appreciate that, and I don't disagree with that, but I do feel that we should do some interview prior to. I've spoken with Josh as well. I'm confident in what he can do, but I do feel to do this properly, we should do some interviewing to interested parties and do it as quickly as possible. And, get that position filled. We could shoot for next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Do you know, I know there's been a posting on the website for, I think, 2 months. Right?
At least, yeah.
Do you know how many applicants have got any more interested applications?
Haven't been that many. So I think we're-
Yeah, I haven't had that information made available to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then the zoning board, Dennis Dunning is currently a member of the ZBA.
Right.
And Jane Simpkin Smith has requested that he be reappointed. He had also asked to be reappointed. So I was wondering if we could move him to the TBD to make it.
I would like to revisit this. And if necessary, we can go into executive session to discuss.
That would be important because I think he does a great job on the zoning board from what I've heard. So yeah, I guess we can discuss that. Board of Assessment Review, Robert Casey's being reappointed for a 5-year term. So wouldn't that be 2029? That his term would expire.
Sorry, we're
Under Board of
Okay,
Assessment
fine.
Review.
Yeah, 2020.
So that'd be 2029. that one.
Which candidate is that?
Robert Casey,
Okay.
because he's being reappointed, so that would,
Yeah, I thought these were 2 years.
so that would change, as well. Obviously, do we, I don't know if you had a chance to discuss with anybody on the planning board about becoming chair.
I haven't, and that would be part of the process of appointing someone to the planning board as well.
Yeah, so Alan Natrix has been on the planning board for many, many years. I think we should talk to him about it.
Yes,
Obviously,
my understanding is not interested.
Yeah, he's,
I worked with him when I was on the planning board and have full confidence in him, but my understanding he's not interested in doing it.
he's back and forth depending on what you.
Well, I'll speak
I
with
talk to
him.
him too,
Okay,
so.
that's another good.
I'm just getting contact information for these board members now.
Pat, when's the next
So,
meeting?
Their next meeting's Thursday is the problem, next Thursday.
Should we appoint him as like interim?
If he's
chair?
willing to
He's
accept
willing
it.
to accept it.
I
He
mean,
ran a meeting last year for me when I was in the hospital, so I think one meeting, if we can ask him, he should be able to run one meeting. I don't think he'd have a problem with that. So we could, I don't think we need to appoint him in interim. I think he should run the
Just
meeting
ask him.
as chair for the next meeting, and then we can figure out from then on and get a permanent member. And then, ethics board, are any of them?
Yeah,
We're doing-
those can't be right because it's a 3-year term. And it's 2024 now, we're not reappointing them, so they had to be Perry Guskoff and John Ryan, must be
Yeah.
26.
well, I spoke with John Ryan, and again, I put these in here as the new expiration dates.
Okay,
I spoke with John and he would like to re-up on that.
So it would be
so that's a
2028.
reappointment tonight. Right, okay.
And Perry Guskoff too?
Right.
So those would both be 2028, not 2027. Expiration dates.
No,
Because
20
it expires on 12/31.
I always-
Right,
Yep,
yeah.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 7/27. All right. All right, and then we'll wait, I guess, on any changes in the CAC,
Right, that's
Because
also
we talked-
dependent on what happens.
on what happens with
Planning
Josh, yeah. And I think that was the only.
And, the liaison is also going to be dependent on,
Yeah, who's the chairman of the planning board.
And also involve the fire advisory committee,
right.
Yeah, and I know there's a meeting of the fire advisory commission on Monday,
Monday, the 8th, 7 PM.
so.
Then we should go back.
Before this book, I just wanted to say, I looked up and the date for Robert Casey for the Board of Assessment Review, 2027 is accurate. So that is fine.
Okay.
I believe that.
Thank you.
Because the
So then he's
resolution
not
says,
being reappointed.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so
Last
let's
year.
go back.
okay,
Let's go back to the actual resolution because we should go through this.
yeah, so that whole paragraph about Robert Casey has to be taken off.
Not needed.
Not, yeah. And then do we want to take out the paragraph in regards to the planning board chairman since we don't have one? Or are we just gonna leave it as to be determined?
I think we'll leave it in the resolution and then we can come back, I believe, and amend the resolution in the future, so it's all,
Consistent.
yeah, and it's all in line.
Makes sense, yeah.
So we can amend resolutions in the future or no?
You could, I mean, this one says to be determined anyway, so
Right.
it would need to be amended.
Right.
So can we just take it out and just do a resolution appointing a chair?
I
New
do.
resolution? If we-
I don't, well,
Just to keep it cleaner, I mean. it's
I want to speak with the planning board members and find out who is willing to do it. And at this
I
point,
agree.
I don't have anyone that has committed to do it.
The ZBA.
Right.
We're it's hereby reappointing Alana Nelson. She's not up.
So that is being one
Oh,
of
maybe
the
she-
dates that was up. What I did, I changed the dates.
Yeah, 2027 would mean she was appointed in 2022, or 2022, right? So,
So she can't be up.
yeah, she was appointed last year.
So we don't
Where,
need to-
where are you seeing that?
Where we reappoint Alana Nelson as the member of zoning board, like
One of the paragraphs.
That's
the
the,
third one down
it's the,
under the resolve section.
it's a, yeah, be it
Right in the middle of
further.
the page.
Right, right.
Yeah, 'cause I have a copy of the resolution.
We just talked about Dennis Dunning being up.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's not up either.
Yeah, that's one I missed to take out. What I used, I did last year's reorg as a template,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
neglected to pull that one out, yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna leave in this saying Unionville, the planning board chairman to be determined and a 7-year expiring. Blank dates,
Right,
all that, we'll leave that just in here as that and amended later.
right, and then
And then the same with the next one down.
take,
Because if Josh joins planning board,
well, at this point, we can leave Josh in the position that he's at,
okay,
and then come back and amend that as necessary.
Okay.
And the that line there with Alana Nilsson, we'll just put a TBD in there for now.
Okay.
Getting rid of the whole paragraph about Robert Case.
Right. Sure, what I, some miscalculations here. Okay, so, you want to have a
Right.
motion to approve as amended here?
Yeah, I'll make that motion to approve as amended and discussed tonight.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Can't carry. Get better, folks.
Well, we're just getting it right.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Right, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Again, just some discussion on this real quick. You have Councilman Gusikoff still on here. And not me.
Oh, geez, I thought I had made that correction. I apologize.
You're fucking good. You're good.
Perry
I-
will take,
I
Perry will
did-
take the money.
I had to make it. Trying to gather all the information for
Yeah,
this
it's a
was
lot of
just, yeah, it was crazy
detail.
without having access to it.
Yeah.
It was a lot to do there.
All right, so I'm gonna read it and I'll read it as amended.
Yeah.
24-9, setting salaries and wages for elected officials for 2024. Now there be resolved the salaries of elected officials for the town of Unionville for 2024 would be as follows. Town supervisor and budget officer Stephen Frazier, $23,788. Councilman Derlin, $6,111. Councilman Carlemi, $6,111, which is the amendment. Councilman McGivney, $6,111. Councilman Welch, $6,111. Town clerk and register of vital statistics, Andrea Casey, $46,967 plus $1,479. Tax collector, Kay Benny, $8,640. Town justices, Steve Diamond, $10,015. Paul Penko, $10,950. Highway superintendent, Ed Kading, $70,000. Be therefore resolved. Towns are paid by the general fund in the bi-monthly installments.
Motion to approve?
So move.
With that amendment.
Got it, right.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carry. Now.
Resolution 10 is.
Resolution 10 of 2024, establishing salaries for appointed positions and employees. Be it resolved that the salaries of all persons holding an appointed position and or are employed full-time or part-time in the town of Unionville and as fixed for their respective designated positions in the 2024 town budget shall be paid to the holder of such offices and positions and in accordance with the Schedule A annexed hereto.
Any discussion? Motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 11 of 2024. 24-11, appointment of the Western Director of the Time Warner Park Equestrian Center. Be it resolved that the town board, town of Unionville, does hereby appoint Loretta Ryan to serve as equestrian director for the town of Unionville for the year 2024. An annual stipend of to be determined.
Oh, and that is,
2,500.
it's in the salary schedule,
Yeah, it's
2,500.
$2,500.
and it was mentioned. Yep.
It's 2,500.
I did, forgot to come back and put that in there.
All right, I'll make a motion to move that resolution with the salary inserted at $2,500 a year.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution offering payment of specific bills for audit pursuant to town law 118. Whereas the town of Unionville regularly incurs postage, copier, freight, express charges, electric, gas, water, sewer, fuel oil, telephone services, and other public utility charges, hereinafter utility claims. And whereas utility claims must be paid in a prompt manner to avoid disruption of these needed services and to avoid financial penalties. And whereas the New York Town Law 118-2 permits the town board to authorize the payment of certain claims in advance of the audit of such claim in addition to utility claims. Whereas the town board is determined it is best interest of the citizens of the town of Unionville to authorize the payment of some specific charges in advance of the audit of such claim. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of town of Unionville does hereby authorize the town supervisor to issue checks and pay in advance of audit specified bills and contracts, including principal and interest on bonds and bond anticipation notes, approved lease payments, payroll and approved stipend payments, and employee payroll deduction payments, and disbursements such as health insurance premiums and retirement contributions, as are recorded by the finance officer. Be it further resolved that vouchers for all claims paid prior to the audit shall be presented at the next regular meeting of the town board for audit pursuant to the provisions of town law 119-1. Any discussion? Okay, motion to approve,
I'll make the motion.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay. Town of Unionville Town Board Resolution number 13 of 2024. 24-13 resolution authorizing town supervisor, a deputy town supervisor to comply with administrative and financial requirements for the year 2024. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Unionville does hereby authorize the town supervisor to sign bank checks for all town businesses and to authorize deputy town supervisor to sign bank checks when necessary in the absence of supervisor. Town board delegates to the town supervisor and in his absence, the deputy town supervisors, the duties and responsibilities necessary for the day-to-day administration of the town.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
And this probably goes back to what we talked about before. Designates the deputy supervisor to do all duties and responsibilities necessary for the day-to-day administration. So, just my question is, and it goes to one of the letters we received today. Does that mean on the day-to-day, the deputy supervisor can manage Parks and Rec? The deputy supervisors can manage, the town clerk?
The deputy supervisor fills in for me in the event of my absence. That's the extent of the definition of the deputy supervisor. He will take care on all of my duties if I cannot report. And I request him to do so. Outside of that, then I'm managing things. And I don't anticipate there being a need for that, but you never know what life brings.
True.
No problem. Thank you for answering my question.
Again, any other further discussion? Motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
24-14, resolution authorizing town supervisor to sign service agreements within budgetary lines for the year 2024. Whereas there are service agreements that are budgeted and required the town supervisor's signature. And whereas the town board is asking to authorize the supervisor to sign any service agreements within the budget, and now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to execute all service agreements budgeted for 2024.
Any discussion? Motion to approve?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
24-15 resolution authorizing attendance at the New York State Association of Towns Training Conference to be held February of 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that only the town supervisor or one town councilperson may volunteer to attend the annual business session of the New York State Association of Towns to be held in February of 2024 to cast one vote for the town of Unionville at the business meeting held on the last day of the training conference. And be it further resolved that the town board of Unionville authorizes the town supervisor, town council members, town clerk, town tax collector, land use board chairs, land use board members, building department manager, and other town officers to attend said meeting with advance approval of the town board. And be it further resolved that the town board encourages land use board members to fully access classes during this year of both virtual and in-person training to acquire hours towards the 4 hours of continuing education required annually. And be it further resolved that the town board of Unionville hereby authorizes the elected officials and town officers authorized to attend the Association of Towns Training Conference in February will have the necessary business expenses reimbursed as deemed appropriate and necessary up to the collective amount approved in the 2024 budget for such training expense.
Any discussion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. So while we're on this, are any of you interested in going down to the conference in February? So usually President's Day weekend.
I'd have to look and see. I might be interested. I'll have to look at the dates.
And then,
Yeah, President's Day is February 19th.
All right, I gotta look at my calendar. I might be interested.
I need to look at what amount is allotted in the budget for lodging, if there is any, and see where we can go with that. But yeah, we're gonna have to get you registered pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'll let you know in the next couple of days.
And then if you do go, then would you want to be the delegate for Unionville?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll let you know in the next couple of days. I'll check my schedule.
Now, remember, if you're the delegate, you gotta stay longer
Oh, yeah.
through
It's an extra day.
Wednesday.
All right, I'll let you
So
guys.
keep that in mind.
It's an extra day, and be honest with you, it's usually predetermined. Your
Yeah,
vote.
it's not a
Yeah.
critical vote.
No problem. I'll get back to you next couple of days. I'll look at my schedule.
Okay, so that has been passed. Number 16, is that me now?
That's
Oh, Kevin, yeah.
right. Town of Unionville Board Resolution 16 of 2024, 24-16 resolution authorizing the town board of Unionville to renew membership in the New York State Workmen's Compensation Alliance for 2024. Whereas the town of Unionville provides workmen's compensation coverage for all town employees and reviews the coverage annually, whereas the Comp Alliance program is a non-for-profit tax exempt group self-insured plan that was designed for public entities that offers good claim management and price stability. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board does hereby review the town's workmen's compensation policy through New York State Municipal Workers' Compensation Alliance, Comp Alliance, with the effective date of January 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Be it further resolved that the town board does hereby authorize.
This one.
Be it further resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the town supervisor, Steve Frazier, to execute any documents necessary, including the payment of the premiums as approved in the 2024 budget for the renewal of this policy.
Okay.
Any discussion?
With that amendment.
With that amendment, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. That was big. Okay, geez, I always get the long ones.
Well,
No, it's fine. 2417, resolution authorizing value payment systems to process credit cards and e-checks. Whereas pursuant to Law 5 of the General Municipal Law, the Town Board of the Town of Unionville in the year 2012, that it was in the public interest to permit the acceptance by the town clerk of credit cards, and additionally that it was in the public interest to expand that service to various departments and provide for the acceptance of credit cards in 2018 and e-checks in 2021 via the town's website as a means of payment of fees and other charges. And whereas in accordance with the provisions of General Municipal Law 5 and 10, the town is authorized to enter into agreements with one or more financing agencies or card issuers to provide for the acceptance by the town and its officers of credit cards and e-checks as a means of payment. And whereas the town board previously designated the town supervisor, the town clerk, and the tax collector in their respective duties as the officers charged with the duty of collecting or receiving monies on behalf of the town. And said persons are hereby authorized to accept credit cards or e-checks as a means of payment of property taxes for full amount due only. Penalties, special assessments, interest payments, building department fees, recycling center fees, recreation fees, dog permits fees, fishing and hunting DEC licenses, marriage licenses by swiping cards in person or via municipal website. And whereas the agreements referred to in this article shall provide that as a condition for accepting a payment by credit card or e-check, such persons offering payment by credit card or e-check shall pay by a convenience or service fee to the processing company the town has entered into an agreement with. And whereas such convenient fees paid by the taxpayer, I didn't get back to correct this. They're the same rates that were in effect last year. I
So
was able to
it's
verify that. I
Two
did.
point four five for credit cards,
Right,
1.75 for e-check processing.
right. I did verify that they remain the same. That's why I put the TBD there. They were
That's what they
difficult.
were last year.
Yeah, they were difficult to get in touch with. So, with that amendment there, then all of which is to be paid to the processing company and none of which accrues to the town. Any future fee changes will be posted on the town's website. Let it be further known that any credit card information or banking information which is entered into the processor system via the town's website will not be seen or retained by the town. And be it further resolved that the town board does hereby reauthorize value payment systems as the processor for transactions conducted via the town's website, in person swiping, and authorizes the town supervisor to execute the documents necessary for establishing additional functionality as may be offered and enhance the current list of approved payments. Any discussion? Motion to approve.
I'll make that motion. Small.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Yeah, I didn't get that information until late this afternoon, and that's why I didn't get into it.
And I just noticed something, I'm not sure if it matters, but the agenda numbers are off to the resolution numbers. Because establishment undertaking to be furnished by officers and employees doesn't have a number on the agenda right here. So the numbers are all off, because I just looked at that and it says payment is 24.60, but it's
Yeah, that was supposed to have been
24.17.
corrected. I didn't realize it had.
I don't know if it matters, I just wanted to bring that up.
Right.
The
Okay.
numbers are all off on the agenda.
Minor point.
You guys.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay, you did.
Okay, apologize for that.
No, okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, okay,
Yeah, the initial, we sent an updated copy out,
yeah. I really didn't see
yesterday, I guess, after I was able to find out some of the information that
Alright.
we had it.
No problem.
Okay. All right, Town of Unionville Board Resolution number 18 of 2024. 24-18 resolution authorizing dental and vision coverage for employees offered by the Guardian Insurance Company. Whereas the Town of Unionville offers benefits to employees as mandated by the state and federal law, and whereas in addition to the town board of the Town of Unionville searches for opportunities to present to employees that may be beneficial for employees, but at no cost to the town. And whereas one example of an excellent benefit that is not mandated by law, but and is paid for entirely by the employee contribution is the New York State Deferred Compensation Plan. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the Town of Unionville will provide access to the additional voluntary benefits known as dental and vision through the Guardian, which offers tiers of coverage including employee plus one, family, for which the premiums for the selected plan will be deducted from the employee's pay. And be it further resolved that the Town of Unionville will pay the monthly premiums to the carrier on the employee's behalf at the 2024 cost usually by each enrolled employee, and the premiums will be deducted from the employee's pay on a bi-weekly basis. Final paychecks will not be distributed until all premium Obligations have been met.
Any discussion on that?
I'll make the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Real quick, can we just go back to the events?
Right.
Resolution number 8.
Yep.
Are we saying that we're not appointing anybody tonight? Essentially, because we were just kind of clearing up things that we knew. Because like I know, Univale Library Board of Trustees, we've got Diane Kaplan to do it.
Yeah, I wanna have a discussion with the board
Okay.
before we do.
Yeah, I
that.
just want to make sure
Yeah.
that that's clear because
Right.
that one we didn't really address. And there was
Right.
another resident that was looking to get on the CBC. We didn't talk about either, but one of them is actually written in here, so I just want.
Right. Yeah, that's, we will come revisit that, after I have a chance to meet with the library board.
Okay.
You've got the salaries. These salaries are all what came out of the 2024 budget.
Yeah, on that basis, I'll make a motion, we don't read them all the details.
Right now,
It's-
yeah,
It's already been
right.
released. It's not-
And it is available to the public
Yes.
if necessary.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the end of those. Let me get back to my agenda page here.
It's public
Public
comment.
comments.
We
Okay,
do have a
public-
question. We do have a question.
Public comment, yes.
Go back to page 6. There is no such thing as 12 PM or 12 AM. PM means post meridian, AM means after or pre-meridian. You can't have 12 before and after.
You're right.
So it should really, I know I'm right. I'm always right. Yeah. Anyway, it should be 12 noon or 12 midnight.
Exactly.
I really. Picky. That's why I'm over there.
That's the best, the worst you came up with, I'll take it. Yeah. It's a good night.
That's a comment we referred to. that, so.
Okay, any further public comment?
Yeah. I think I have 3 minutes.
Yes.
If you want to come up to the, you want to come up to
Yeah.
the,
Go to the podium.
Podium, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes
Give
on
your
the
name and,
Recorder.
Oh,
Please.
Chuck Rich Wayne.
Just give me Andrew 1 second.
Okay. Where's the camera? Right there.
Yeah, over that monitor over there.
I saw one right there. I'm all set? Okay. Hey, look, I wanted to give you guys credit. I think you did a really nice job chatting about the key challenges. Right now, I'd encourage you to go out for bid and keep everything above board. I was a little disappointed that you didn't spend much time on the deputy supervisor. I believe you went to it a couple times. I'm willing to put a prediction out there that deputy supervisor signs some more checks than the supervisor. And I would be interested if we went back in the first quarter and said, how much does the deputy supervisor actually do versus what they've done in the past? I think we'll see that we've deviated from that. I'm looking at 4 people out here that I think should have been deputy supervisor. Okay, which has been the normal way it's worked. I'm a little concerned that we deviated from that process right now. And I'm also concerned that we didn't discuss it. Okay?
duly noted.
thank you.
Does anyone have anything further? Yes,
Frederick, pleased to be continuing to work with you all, and look forward to how things shake out as far as Josh's appointment. But we're very happy to continue working with the town and looking forward to planting more plants and, working on conservation. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, next meeting will be January 17th, 7:30 PM here. And entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, did we want to go into executive session to discuss?
Do you want to do that?
I think it,
Okay.
I mean, instead of waiting to the next meeting, we can
That's
hammer it
fine.
out before,
Yeah.
right?
Offer an executive session. Get a second on that?
I'll second that.
You do need to state in the motion the reason for. going. If it's
Discuss personnel issue, yeah.
okay, that has to be in the motion.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to discuss anything after, right?
No, because we
No.
completed the agenda.
Yeah,
Right.
Just for everybody.
Pay bills.
There's no bills.
Good.
We'll pay that later in the month, next meeting.
Okay,